Hello everyone and welcome once again to MJ's Maths and Stats. That's MJ Magic Studio to you. I'm a host and host and as usual in the host mode Mohit Jain. And today we are starting up with the new season of eLitmus for 2023 December eLitmus drive. We are planning for 5 to 6 sample set of question. Each set will contain 20 question because in numerical ability part 20 questions are asked. In this section I'm not deliberately discussing in detail the eLitmus pattern. Maybe in the next session or the last session we would be talking about that. But before that, let's practice more and do more. You know the drill. Subscribe to the channel first of all. If you haven't, do share the content with the people if they maybe like, if they want it, and pause the session, solve the question by yourself, and then move on and see the solution. So on this note, let's start now. We are on to the first question of this session, and question is on your screen and you know the drill. Pause the session, try to solve it yourself, and then look out for the solution as usual we are. And if possible, set up a timer for yourself that you should be doing it in 1.5 minute maximum. So let's see what we have. SCF of two numbers is 12. If SCF of two numbers is 12, that means the two numbers can be taken as 12x and 12y on this ground that x and y are relatively prime, because there should not be anything common between x and y. Then only the two numbers would be 12x and 12y, and the sum of the numbers is 96. So 12x plus 12y is 96. We from here what we get, x plus y is 96 by 12, that is 8, and we know that x and y are relatively prime. So how many such pairs of numbers are possible? We can have 1, 7, which gives 8, 2, 6, 3, 5, 4, 4, and then the repetition 5, 3, 6, 2, 7, 1. Now out of this, 1, 7 are relatively prime because their SCF is 1. 3, 5 are relatively prime, rather co-prime, because their SCF is 1. For 4, 4 SCF is not 1. For 2, 6 SCF is not 1. The thing is, since the SCF is 12, x and y, there should not be anything common among them. So what we see that only two pairs of such numbers are possible. And what are those numbers? 12 into 1 and 12 into 7 and 12 into 3 and 12 into 5. So option A is the correct pitch. And if they ask you what are the numbers, so it is just 12 into 1 and 12 into 7. And it is 12 into 3 and 12 into 5. The sum will add up to 96 and the HCF would be 12. So two pairs are possible. Let's move on. Okay, let's ponder into the algebra and give it a try. Okay, a tricky one and a tricky space to solve it, obviously. A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C plus 1 by D is 917 by 292. Now, what should be the proceeding for this? Just divide 917 by 292. What we get? 300 into 3 is 900, so we get it 3 times. So how to solve it quickly? 8 into 3 is 24, and 24, 7, 31 plus 1, 41. So this is 3 plus 41 by 292. Clear? So that means A is equals to 3 and 1 by something is 41 by 292. Now just inverse it. The balance, this particular portion will be equals to 292 by 41. Now divide 292 by 41. 4, 7, 28, 280 and 287. Okay, so it will go 7 times. 287. And we would be leave with remainder 1. 5. Yes. 5 by 41. So that means value of B becomes 7. Now for C plus 1 by D, C plus 1 by D would be 41 by 5. So it is 8 plus 1 by 5. So value of C is 8 and value of D is 5. Brilliant. So it is actually 3 plus 1 upon value of B is 7. 7 plus 1 upon value of C is 8 plus 1 by 5. On solving this, you will get 917 by 292. So we have got A, B, C, D all. Now the question asked is find the value of A plus B plus C plus D. A is 3, B is 7, 10, C is 8, 18 and D is 5. So 18 plus 5 is 23. Yes, bingo. That is in our option A. Questions from number system divisibility rule for 72. You know the drill. Pause, solve it yourself, look out for the solution. Maximum time allotted for this would be 75 seconds. Give it a try. Okay, let's see what we have. It is a number which is divisible by 72. A number is said to be divisible by 72 if it is divisible both by 8 and 9. What is the rule for 8? Last three digits of the number should be divisible by 8. Then the entire number is divisible by 8. And for 9, sum of digits should be divisible by 9. Then the entire number is divisible by 9. Now we take the last three digits first because it has the smaller domain. So we will check for 8 first. 3 to m must be divisible by 8. Now we can see that 32 is already divisible by 8. That means possible value of m are 0 and 8. 320 is divisible by 8 and 328 is also divisible by 8. Okay, so we have got two values of m. Now we need to check for sum of digits. What is sum of digits? 6, 8, 14, 7, 21, 4, 25, 6, 31 and 5 is 36. So sum of digit is 36 plus m. And this sum should be divisible by 9. We know that 36 is divisible by 9. That means the most possible value of m is 0. And it matches here also. The second possible value of m is 9. 36 plus 0 gives 36, which is divisible by 9. 36 plus 9 gives 45, which is divisible by 9. But this 9 doesn't matches with this 8. That means the only possible value of m is 0. So we will take m equals to 0. So the value of m is square minus 2m plus 3 would be, this will become 0. We end up getting 3 only. So value of the given expression is 3, which is, yes, which is there in option A. The one is on your screen is from remainder theorem. Try to identify, locate which remainder theorem it fits in and give it a try. Okay, I hope you have connected with the theorem which is required to solve this. Let's see what we have. What is the remainder when 13 to the power 83 is divided by 11? Here we can see that divisor is a prime number and 13 and 11 are relatively prime. Let's try and fit in with Fermat's little theorem. Fermat's little theorem link is there in the description below. Please go through the playlist, the rule book. There you will find these things in detail. Fermat's little theorem says that x to the power p minus 1 when divided by p, remainder is straight away you can write 1. Where x and p are co-prime, that means SCF between x and p is 1 and p is a prime number. So if I select this, or if I try to fit in this particular theorem here, so we can see that here we are getting 83 and p minus 1 is 10. So this can be written as 13 to the power 10 to the power 8 is divided by 11 into the second part would be 13 to the power 3, which is divided by 11. This can be broken up into this part. So 13 to the power 10 when divided by 11 leaves remainder 1. 1 to the power 8 is 1. So remainder for this part is 1. For the second part we can check. It is 13 into 13 into 13 divided by 11. This will give remainder 2. This will give remainder 2. This will give remainder 2. So 2 into 2 into 2 is 8. So second part is giving remainder 8. So final remainder what we are getting is 1 into 8, that is 8. So using Fermat's little theorem, we can solve these kind of questions in no time. Remainder here would be 8, that is option A. Link for all these theorems is there in the description. Please go through it. Let's take a look into this. An algebraic format, fraction is given. Obviously equation based question it must be. You know the drill. Pause, try to solve it yourself. 1 minute. Now let's see what is there in this for our offerings. When 1 is subtracted from each of numerator and denominator of a fraction x by y, the fraction obtained is 1 by 2. That means x minus 1 upon y minus 1 is 1 by 2. That means 2x, y will go here, minus y equals minus 1 plus 2, that is 1. So the first equation we are getting is 2x minus y is equals to 1. Now the fraction obtained is half. Okay, when 2 is added to the numerator and denominator, the resulting fraction is 2 by 3. So x plus 2 upon y plus 2 equals 2 by 3. So it is 3x minus 2y equals 6, and there is 4 minus 2. So we have got these two equations, and our job is just to solve them simultaneously and work out the value of x and y, isn't it? I'm multiplying this by 2. 4x minus 2y is 2, and then 3x minus 2y is minus 2. If I subtract them, I'll get x equals to 4. If x is equals to 4, that means 8 minus y is 1. If I use this equation, y will be equals to 7. So the fraction we are looking out for is 4 by 7. What is the value of x plus y? Wonderful. X plus y is 4 plus 7, that is 11. If they have asked for the fraction, fraction would have been 4 by 7. Now x plus y is 11, that is in option A. Okay, with this we are moving into a few doses of arithmetic questions. Give it a try. Let's see what we have. A number x is 125% of number z. So if z is a, number x would be 1.25a. 125% means 100% plus 25%. 100% in numbers means 1 in multiplicative number, and 25% means 0.25. So x is 1.25a. And 15 less than y. So 1.25a is 15 less than y. That means value of y is 1.25a plus 15. So these are x, y, z. If x is 15 more than z, now it is given that x is 15 more than z. That is 1.25a minus a is 15. So this is 0.25a is 15. 0.25 means 1 by 4. So a is 15 into 4, that is 60. So z is 60. 60 and 25% is 15. X should be 75. And 75 plus 15, y should be 90. So we have the actual values. Now the question is, what percent of number y, suppose b percent of number y, is number x? Number x is 75 and y is 90. We just need to find 75 by 90 is how much? So 75 by 90 is 5 by 6. 5 by 6 is 1 minus 1 by 6, 1 minus 16%, 83.33%. Option D is the pick. 5 by 6 is 83.33%. We have just avoided 100 for calculation. It is fine. If it is there, it would be 83.33%. The answer is in option D. Practice more of percentages. You know where is the master class. Less detail there in the description. Go through it. Whenever you have time, go through it as many times possible. Oh, arithmetic without a question on profit and loss? Not possible. Profit and loss, link in the description of the master class. Here is the question. Give it a try. How much should a vendor mark up on cost price so that he can offer a discount of 50% and still earn a profit of 50%? Whenever you have questions related to markup, discount and actual profit, I'll always suggest you to follow our Rule 3 net changing rule, which says actual profit is M minus D minus M into D by 100. Rule number 3, net changing rule. You know where to find it. Link is there in the description. Now what all values we have? He's giving a discount of 50%. Value of D is 50. Here we will not deal with percentage sign. And still earn a profit of 50%. Actual profit is 50. We need to find the value of M. So 50 equals M minus 50 minus 50M by 100. So that's become half. 50 plus 50 becomes 100. M minus M by 2 is M by 2. So what we are getting is M equals 2 into 100, that is 200%. So he should mark up by 200%, then only he would be able to earn 50% profit. Let's check if we want. Suppose cost price is 1 rupee. So markup is 200%, that means marked price becomes 3 rupees. 200% of 1 is 2. Now on 3 rupees he is giving a discount of 50%, that means discount of 1.50. So selling price is 1.50. You can see profit is of 50 paise, which is nothing but 50% on cost price. So instead of doing with numbers, it's always advisable to follow rule number 3 and you will get answer in no time. Option A, 200% is the pick. Classical takes on time and work, masala formulas. Rule number 8, masala formula from time and work. Read it, give it a try. Time allotted 75 seconds. Let's read, and as said, it's a classical take. मिक्स सम्स अगर आप लोग प्रैक्टिस नहीं करेंगे तो फिर दिक्कत तो होगी. eLitmus एक अच्छी कंपनी में ऑफर करने के लिए is a nice platform. The details of the eLitmus examination we will try to take up in some other session. But in this session we have selected 20 questions, which is their actually basic general format. वो 20 क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं एक स्लॉट में. ABC Company Limited was assigned a project for creating a railway link for a certain stretch, and it engaged 74 workers for the task. Men लेकर आए 74. After the passage of 46 2 by 13% of the allocated time, after the passage of 46 2 by 13% of the allocated time, construction of only 37% of the stretch was completed. Work done was only 37%. This is what is actually happened with 74 people. With 74 people in 46 2 by 13, 46 into 13 would be 40, 598 and 2. This is 600 by 13% of the work is done. Sorry, in this particular time, work done is 37%. How many more workers should be engaged so as to enable the company to complete the project within the allocated time? So suppose we are engaging M persons now to complete the remaining work. Remaining work is 100 minus 37%. That happens to be 63%. And the remaining time is, if we consider 600 by 13 as percentage, so 100 minus 600 by 13, 100% minus 600 by 13%, 1300 minus 600, that is 700 by 13% of the time is left. Now, as per our masala formula that you can find in rule number 8, it is M1 T1 by W1 should be equals to M2 T2 by W2. These all frame the first group data and these all frame the second group data. Let's put in and try to find the solution. So M1 is 74. T1 is, I am taking only 600 because here 13 may cancel out, and W1 is 37. This should be equals to M2 into T2. T2 is 700 and W2 is 63. Let's solve this. 37 goes 2 times this of 7, 9. So M2 is 2 into 6, 12 into 9. That is 108. That means 108 people would be required, 108 workers would be required to complete the remaining work of 63% in the remaining time of 700 by 13%. Now, but the question is how many more workers are required? So change in number of workers required is 108 minus 74, that is 34. 34 new workers with same efficiency, if they are employed right now, then work would be completed on time. Option D is the pick. Do as many questions you can using this particular masala formula because this is favorite. A classical take from time, speed and distance. You know the drill. I've tried to pick up unique questions from each topic which are possible at eLitmus. You should be working on these type of questions to dwell deeper into the concepts. Do subscribe to the channel and keep practicing. Question is on your screen, give it a try. Let's see what we have in this classic. A person has to cover 720 kilometer distance. If he decreases his speed by 12 km per hour, he reaches 2 hours late. We know that formula to find time of traveling is distance by speed. So when he is traveling with a speed of x kph, the time taken by him is t. And if he decreases his speed by 12 kph, that means the new time taken would be t plus 2 because he is reaching 2 hours late. That means more time he is taking. It should be 2 plus t or t plus 2. If we subtract these two, how we'll get the value of x. So 720 common, 1 by x minus 1 upon x minus 12 is t minus t, that is giving minus 2. Okay, so 720 into x minus 12 minus x by x into x minus 12 is minus 2. X cancel out. Okay, minus minus, let me adjust here. 2 is 6. So what we are getting is x into x minus 12 is 6 into 720. Try to adjust these numbers so that you are not falling trap in the quadratic equation and you are not wasting time. So what we can see is, if I write this as 60 into 72, then it fits in. X is 72 and then 72 minus 12 is 60. Bingo. So value of x is 72. Initial speed was 72 km per hour. Find the ratio of his initial and final time to reach the destination. Initial time, that is t1, is 720 by 72, that is 10. And t2 is nothing but t1 plus 2, that is 12. So we are looking out for the ratio of initial and final time, that is t1 is to t2, that is 10 is to 12, or 5 is to 6. Do we have? Yes, that we have in option A. Okay, the next one is take from interest. Show some interest. Let's do it. question from simple interest. Simple interest is really simple. It is simply P into R into T by 100. Principal or the sum borrowed into rate of interest per annum into time in years divided by 100. A certain amount X, that is principal, was lent at a certain rate of simple interest, which was numerically half of the number of years for which the money had been lent. So R is half of T. If the interest paid was 0.32x, what was the rate of interest? So simple interest paid is 32 by 100 into x, which is equals to P, that is x, into R. R is rate of interest they are looking out for. So let me find the time, no problem. So R is T by 2 into T by 100. So if we see, we can cancel out this x, this 100 gone. So T square is 32 into 2, that is 64. So T should be root over 64, that is 8. But the question is, what is the rate of interest? Rate of interest is half of T. Half of T is half into 8, that is 4% per annum. So rate of interest is 4% per annum. Option A fits in. So the next one is on your screen and you know the drill. The drill is simple. Pause, solve it yourself and then look out for the solution. Let's see what we have. Obviously in eLitmus you will get few questions from mensuration also, geometry also, permutation, combination, probability. This second phase of our journey in this first season of eLitmus 2023, we'll look out for these kind of questions. So let's see what we have now. XO and YO are angle bisector of angle X and Y respectively of a square. So this is a square. X, Y, C, D and XO and YO are angle bisector. We know that all angles of a square are 90 degrees. So these are 45 degree. This is also 45 degree. So automatically this becomes 90 degree. Clear? And since it is a square, these two sides should be equal. So if this is X, this is X, this will be root over X square plus X square. That is root over 2X square or X root 2. Now it is given that a square have a side of 20 centimeter. That means X root 2 is equals to 20. X equals to 20 by root 2. What is the area of triangle XOY? XOY, as we can see, is the right angle triangle. Area of this right angle triangle is half into base into height. That is x square by 2. X square is 400 by 2 into 1 by 2. 400 by 4 is 100 square centimeter. That is in option A. Now, this is class 10 method of doing it step by step. If we know the property, we should know that angle bisector inside the square is nothing but the diagonals itself. And the diagonals of the square divide the entire square into 4 equal halves. 4 equal parts. Now what is the area of the square? Area of the square is 20 square, that is 400. So area of this particular triangle is 400 by 4, that is 100 square centimeter. As simple as that. This individual triangle is nothing but 1/4 of the area of the square. And that is what we have calculated also. If X is the side or A is the side. So that is 20 square by 4. Simply it becomes 100. Let's move on. One more take on geometry cum mensuration. Give it a try. Let's see what we have. The diameter of a circle A is x plus y units. Find the radius of a semicircle whose area of semicircle is actually half pi into radius square. Pi r square is the circle area. Area of semicircle is half into pi into r square. So let us keep it like that. Pi by 2 r square is area of the semicircle, which is 300% more. Now what we mean by 300% more? 300% more means 4 times. If I say 200% more, it means 3 times. It is 4 times the area of the circle A. It is 4 times area of circle A, half into, and x plus y is diameter of circle A. So radius would be x plus y by 2 whole square. Now when we compare this, we can get the value of r. Pi gone, 4 gone. So r square is root 2 whole square into x plus y whole square. Now from where we get root 2 whole square? 2 will come here. Since we need to do the square root on both sides, I keep it as root 2 whole square. So r is root 2 into x plus y, that is root 2x plus root 2y, and that we find in option A. Let's move on to the next one. A tumbler will not gives you any turbulence. Question from frustum. Read it properly. Give it a try. A tumbler is in the form of a frustum of a cone, the diameters of whose lower and upper surfaces are 4 centimeter and 7 centimeter. Upper surface बड़ा रखा है and the lower surface. It is a frustum. Diameter. They are talking about what? Diameter. Diameter of the lower portion is 4 centimeter. That means radius is 2. And diameter of the upper one is 7. That means radius is 3.5. We need to first find the slant height. Slant height के लिए, if we check, this portion will become 3.5 minus 2. That is 1.5. And this is the height. And it is also given that its height is 2 centimeter. It is 2. Then L is nothing but hypotenuse of a right angle triangle. L will be root over 2 square plus 1.5 square. That is 4 plus 2.25. That is root over 6.25. 6.25 is 2.5 whole square. That means slant height is 2.5. That is the first step. First we need to find the slant height of the given frustum. Now what is the question? Question is, what is the total surface area in cc? Total surface area of frustum is given by pi into capital R square plus small r square plus L into capital R plus small r. We need to remember this formula. That's it. Now just plug in all the values. No need to check for the pi because all answers are containing pi. So let it be pi. Capital R square, the bigger one, 3.5. 3.5 whole square will be 12.25. Small r is 2 and 2 square is 4 plus L is 2.5 into r plus small r. 3.5 plus 2 is 5.5. 5.5 into 2.5 will be 13.75. 12.25 plus 4 is 16.25. So this is 29 and 30. So overall total surface area is 30 pi. We just need to plug in the value and solve. Option A is the pick here. A circle and a straight line. We need to find the length of the chord. You have to seriously pause it, give it a try, and then move on. Find the length of the chord defined by a line y equals to 1 plus 2x. On the circle, x square plus y square equals to 5. This is a circle, x square plus y square equals to 5. This is a line, y equals to 1 plus 2x. We need to find this length. That means we need to find the intersecting points between the circle x square plus y square equals 5 and y equals to 1 plus 2x. We can find these points of intersection by just solving these two. Let's solve it. Let's put y equals to 1 plus 2x in the first part in equation 1 and do it. X square plus y square would be 1 plus 4x square plus 4x equals to 5. So we are getting 5x square plus 4x minus 4 equals to 0. That means it's a quadratic equation. Since it is a quadratic equation, we can find the value of x by using Sridhar Acharya's method. So values of x would be, and it would be minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. So it would be minus 4 plus minus b square is 16, minus 4 into 4 will be plus 16 into 5, 80, 4ac plus 80 by 2a, that is 10. So it will give us minus 4 plus minus root over 96 by 10. I can take out 4 from here. Okay, so let's see what we will do left with. Let's take out 2 and cancel it. It would be minus 2 plus minus. This would be 4 will come out into 5. 2 cancel. 2 root 5. 2 root 5. No, 6. 5 plus 1, 6. Root 6 by 5. So the two values of x are minus 2 plus minus 2 root 6 by 5. Okay. Now what we need to understand. What are these points? What are these points? This point is x1 comma y1 and this point is x2 comma y2. And these are x1 and x2. Clear? Now what is the distance between these points? If I say this is the chord is AB, what is length AB? Length AB is given by root over change in x square plus change in y square. Okay, so y1 is 1 plus 2x1 and y2 is 1 plus 2x2. So what is change in y? Change in y is 1 minus 1, 0 gone. It is 2 into change in x. Clear? So the length of the chord is given by change in x square plus change in y square is 4 times change in x square. So this is nothing but 5 times change in x whole square. So now it becomes more simplified because x1 is this, x2 is this. So if it x1 is minus 2 by 5 plus 2 root 6 by 5 and x2 is minus 2 by 5 minus 2 root 6 by 5, and if I find the difference between x1 and x2, clear, what we will get? This 2, this is plus, these two will cancel out. We will get change in x is 4 root 6 by 5. So change in x whole square is 16 into 6 by 25. So the length of the chord is root over 5 into 16 into 6 by 25. Okay, that is root over 96 by 5. Now 96 by 5 would be what? 96 is 4, 16 into 6, that is 4 root 6 by root 5. Now, is it matching with any option? Yes, if I multiply this by root 5, this will become 4 by 5 into root 30. 4 by 5 root 30 is in option C. See, here this is the move which is required. That how to find the distance between 2 points. Distance between 2 points is change in x square plus change in y square as far as coordinate geometry is concerned. So once we have values of x, change in y would be dependent on change in x. That need to be used, or unnecessarily we would be investing time in first finding y1 and y2 and then finding the difference between them. Because at the end, change in y will be nothing but 2 into change in x. Go through it once again, try to do it, see how many concepts incorporated. We are using elimination method, we are using quadratic, we are using coordinate geometry, and everything together, obviously with the algebra of surds and indices. Do give it a try again. With this question, let's move into the range of PC prob, which we expect that at least 4 questions will be from permutation, combination, and probability as far as eLitmus is concerned. Question is on your screen. Give it a try. One of the traditional and fantastic question on independent event which we can see, and how a question is asked and how the dilemma can be created around this question. 3% PQR independently try to hit a target. If the probabilities of them not hitting the target are these, that is, probability of P hitting the target is 1 minus 3 by 4, because these are the probability of not hitting the target. Probability of hitting the target by P would be 1 by 4, by Q would be 1 minus 1 by 3, that is 2 by 3, and by R would be 1 minus 7 by 12, that is 5 by 12. Okay, so these are the 3 probabilities Venn diagram. P, Q, R. What is the probability that target is hit by Q? Okay, we are looking out for this set. Target is hit by Q or R. That means this also need to be included. Or R, but not by P. That means this part needs to be excluded. So we have got this part number 1, we have got this part number 2, and we have got this part number 3. The required probability consists of these 3 parts. Now this is only Q. Only Q means Q is visible, P and R are not hitting. This portion is, it's hit by Q and R, hit by Q and R, but not by P. This portion is only R. Only R means R is hitting the target, but not Q and but not P. If these 3 parts are properly noted, you will find that you will get answer in no time, because that each part probability, since all the 3 are independent, each part probability is nothing but multiplication of the respective probability. So Q into P bar R bar is Q is 2 by 3, P negation is 3 by 4, and R negation is 7 by 12. So it would be 6 into 7, 42 by 12 into 12, that would be 144. Next, Q is hitting the target with 2 by 3, R is hitting the target 5 by 12, but P is not hitting the target, that will be 3 by 4. That will give us 30 by 144. Third part probability is R is hitting the target 5 by 12, Q is not hitting 1 by 3, P is not hitting 3 by 4, so this will be 15 by 144. We need to just add them all. 70, 80, 87. So the required probability is 87 by 4 into 3 into 12. 3, yes, it will go 29. So what we get is 29 by 48. So the probability that the target is hit by Q or R but not by P is 29 by 48. That is in option D. Please mark what is asked, accordingly shade in the Venn diagram. Try to connect with the portion they are looking out for. Find how to calculate that particular portion. Put in the respective probability, because it is easy to put in probability there because they are independent, and hence find the answer. Let's check one more from probability. You know the drill, give it a try. Okay, let's see what we have. The probability of having at least one girl and one boy in a family of 4 children, assuming equal probability of male and female birth. So since it is family of 4 children, total outcomes would be 2 to the power 4, that is 16, because of their equal probability syndrome, half and half. Now it is saying that there should be at least one girl and one boy. That means we need to just forget those cases where we have all boys, that is one case, and all girls. If we delete these two cases, whatever 14 cases are left with, there we will find that there is at least one girl and one boy. So the required probability is actually 16 minus 2, that is 14 by 16. Or you can say 1 minus 2 by 16, which is again 14 by 16, that is 7 by 8. 7 by 8 is 0.8750, because 1 by 8 is 12.5%, that is 0.125. 7 by 8 is 1 minus 0.125, that is 0.8750. Option B is the pick. We are moving on to the line permutation combination. This is a classic from the combination of permutation and combination. Give it a try. I hope you have answered by now. How many words can be formed by taking 4 letters at a time out of the letters of the word this? If all the alphabets given in this particular word, or all the letters are different, we would have used the simple permutation formula, that is NP4. If repetition is not allowed, and if all the letters are different. But here we can see that letters are not different. So we need to use some strategy to solve these kind of questions. Strategy is very simple. First, let us find how many alphabets are there, and for each alphabet how many times it is getting repeated. So we can see we have O coming 3 times, then doubling P is twice, R is twice, and then we have T, I, N. So as said, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different alphabets, out of which one is coming 3 times, one is coming 2 times, one is coming R times. So now we need to strategize. First strategy is, if we take all different alphabets. So we have got 6 different alphabets. So how to get 4 different alphabets out of 6? First we will choose 4, and then we will permute them. That means we will permute them, all 4 different, in how many ways? Factorial 4 ways. So these will be 4 letter words where all the letters are different. Great. 6C4 is 5 into 3, 15, and factorial 4 is 24, 240 and 120. It is 360 ways. Second is, I will take 2 same letters and 2 different letters. First of all, I need to choose that letter which is coming at least twice. So we have got a platter of 3 letters to choose from, R, P or O. So out of these 3, I'll select one alphabet and I will take 2 of it. Now, suppose I have selected O and I have taken 2 O's. So I am left with how many letters now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So out of these 5 letters, I need to choose 2 more, and 2 different one, taken 1 apiece. Now I have got 4 letters with me where 2 are same and 2 are different. So here you can see that we have got 4 letters. So that can be arranged in factorial 4 ways. But out of these 4 letters, 2 are of same kind. So we will divide by factorial 2. That we know that if we are having same kind letters, we need to divide by to find the actual number of permutation. So that would be 3C1 is 3, 5C2 is 10, 24 by 2 is 12. So 12 into 3, 36, and 10, it would be 360. Done. Strategy number 3. I will take 2 same of one kind and 2 same again. That means I can take 2 O and 2 P's and I can frame 4 letter word, or 2 O's and 2 R's, or 2 P's and 2 R's. So that means out of the 3 option I have in this platter, I need to select 2 and I will pick up 2 of those. Now you see I have got 2 of same kind and 2 of same kind, another 2 of same kind. So we have got 4 letters again, which can be arranged in factorial 4 ways, but 2 are of same kind, 2 are of same kind. So number of arrangements would be 3C2, that is 3. 24 by 2 is 12, 12 by 2 is 6. 3 into 6 is 18. So we can have 18 words of these arrangement. One more strategy is there. We can take 3 same and 1 different. Why this strategy pops up? Because we can see that we have got 3 O's. So only option left for 3 same alphabet is O only. That would be 1C1. Now out of the remaining alphabets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I need to select one more. So I can see I have got 3 O's and 1 which is out of P, R, T, I, N anything. So we have again have 4 letters which need to be permuted in factorial 4 ways, but out of this 3 are of same kind, so we are dividing it by factorial 3. So it is 1 into 5, 24 by 6, that is factorial 4 by factorial 3 would be 4. We can have 20 arrangement of such kinds. Now no more arrangements left. We need to add up and that frames our answer. 360, 360, 720, 2740, 758. We can have 758 words of 4 letters which are selected out of the letters of the word proportion. Option C fits in. Do practice this kind of question. Practice for few words, maybe mathematics. Practice for mathematics and give me answer in the comment box. And the question remains same. How many words can be formed by taking 4 letters at a time out of the letters of the word mathematics? And then proportion we have. You can do it for statistics. Okay, so part 1, part 2. I hope that you have reached till this point. You are watching it. Do solve it and let us know in the comment box. We move on. Actually, deliberately I have put up few questions which challenges your knowledge about the properties of permutation combination. It is one of that kind. A beautiful take, a classical take on a few arrangement techniques we know. Pause the session, try to do it yourself. You know it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do it. Go on. The number of ways to arrange X animals of a farm is P, where P is greater than 100, such that no 2 cows come together and no 2 horses come together. As soon as I read this, few things click into my head, that there are 2 kinds of objects, cows and horses, which need to be arranged such that no 2 cows are coming together, no 2 horses are coming together. That means they are like arranged one after another. It's like horse cow, horse cow, horse cow, horse cow, and on. Cut. Frame 2. Frame 2 is such that if an animal is added to the arrangement, then the number of ways increases by 400%. This gives another hit that initially number of horses and cows were actually same. Let's begin with that ideology first. That initially number of horses we have are H and number of cows we have are C, and they are equal in number, and let it be Y. Clear? So in how many ways you can arrange equal number of horses and equal number of cows that they stand alternatively is actually given by 2 into H factorial into c factorial. Since they are equal in number, it would be 2 into y factorial into y factorial. Let's check out. Suppose there are 4 horses and 4 cows. How many arrangement can be there such that they are standing one after another? It can be HC, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, or CH, 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 CH. So in how many ways you can arrange this? Factorial 4 into factorial 4. In how many ways this one? Factorial 4 into factorial 4. If you add up, it becomes 2 into factorial 4 into factorial 4. That means if we have got y number of horses and y number of cows, number of arrangement so that they are standing separately is nothing but 2 into factorial y whole square. Done. First part. Now what is known? It is known that any one of the animal is increased. So let horses increase and it becomes y plus 1. And we still have cows which are y in number. So how they would be arranged? Here you can see that they can be arranged in only one way. See, if horse is increased, your arrangement should always start with h. Suppose instead of 4 horses, now we have got 5 horses and 4 cows. So we can see here that only one arrangement is possible, that is HC, 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 HC and H, and nothing else. It cannot start with C, because if it starts with C, we can end up getting 2 horses at the end. So if any one animal is increased, number of arrangement, as you look here, is factorial 5 into factorial 4. 5 horses at 5 places and 4 cows at 4 places. So if we have y plus 1 and y animals left in the farm, number of arrangement in this case would be y plus 1 factorial into y factorial. Done. Now what is given? That if an animal is added, number of ways increases by 400%. Increases by 400% mean it becomes 5 times the previous one. That means it is saying that y plus 1 factorial into y factorial is 5 times the old arrangement, that is 5 into 2 into y factorial into y factorial. Let's solve this. Y cancel. Y plus 1 factorial means y plus 1 into y factorial into 10 into y factorial. If we solve this, we'll get y equals to 9. If y is equals to 9, then what is the value of x? Value of x is 9 plus 9. That means we have got 18 animals to begin with. And 18 is there in the option. Option A is the pick. Now someone argues that why we can't have the different numbers of animals. And the different number of animals can only be y plus 1 and y to start with. So if we start with y plus 1 and y, so arrangement would be y plus 1 factorial into y factorial. And this should be, this is the old one, clear. New one more animal is increasing. So what if this particular bunch of animal increases? What if this particular bunch of animal increases? You will end up putting up more cases if we are not starting with equal number of cows and equal number of horses to begin with. So in the second case, we can have multiple cases now. Initially, horses and cows, it was y and y plus 1. Now, it can be y plus 1, or y plus 2, and we'll end up in a mess again. So in these kind of questions, it's always advisable, start with equal number and check whether options are there or not. Number 1. Number 2, these are known as standing arrangements, gap analysis, by whatever name it is. You start solving these by picking up a number, put it in the frame, and then solve whatever is asked. A beautiful question, gap analysis, and how to stand with two objects, two same characteristics objects. Do pause it and solve it again. And if you want to frame like this, let us know what you get in the comment box. Last two on this season 1 set from algebra, quadratic equation, logarithm, surds, indices. You will get two of these kinds. Give it a try. Now, a classical take on quadratic equation. If quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 and the two roots are alpha beta, then we know few things. Sum of roots alpha plus beta is given by minus b by a. Alpha into beta product of roots is given by c by a. Now also try to remember this. Difference between the roots is given by root over b square minus 4ac by a. If you can remember this, I hope you know that these kind of question will be very easy for us to solve. A, B are roots of this quadratic equation. A is 1, B is m, and c is 2. If a minus b is 1, that means difference between the roots is 1. So I am taking as 1 equals root over b square minus 4ac, m square minus 4ac, 4 into 2 is 8, by a is 1. Squaring both sides, 1 equals to m square minus 8, m square is 9, value of m is root 9, that can be plus minus 3. Then what is the value of m? Value of m is plus minus 3, that is in option D. Good one. Let's take up the last one in this first season's 2023's season 1 show on eLitmus, and let's see what we have. And yes, we have a question from logarithmic algebra. Give it a try. You know the drill, don't you? Let's see what we have. Obviously, we need to go through the basics of logarithm. If it is required, we will be using basic formulas, and you can go through the playlist called the Rulebook Masterclass, where you will find a session on logarithmic algebra also to dwell deeper into the concepts of basics. So log y base 10 minus log root y. Root y means y to the power half. I can write this as half into log y base 10 is equals to 2 log 10 base y. So let me take log y base 10 as a. Then log 10 base y will become 1 by a. So this is a minus a by 2 equals 2 times log 10 base y is 1 by a. So a by 2 is equals to 2 by a, or a square is equals to 4. So value of a is either plus 2 or minus 2. So if I take log y base 10 as 2, value of y will be 10 square, that is 100, first value. And if we take log y base 10 as minus 2, y will be 10 to the power minus 2, that is 1 by 100. So that is the second value. So it can be either 100 or it can be either 1 by 100. So they are asking that the possible value of y is. So out of these three, we can see that 1 by 100 is there in one of the option. So please don't mark none of the above, because the question is the possible value of y. Possible value of y is 1 by 100, which is correct. But if the question would have been if this equals to this, then the value of y is, in that case I would have marked on none of the above, because value of y in that case is either 100 or 1 by 100. But since the word possible value is included, I'll mark on 1 by 100, because out of the given option 1 by 100 is one of the possible value. It should be B, and we should mark on B. Thank you everyone for participating. I'm Mohit Jain signing off from MJ's Maths and Stats, and I'll see you soon with the second part on the season of eLitmus. On this hope that we would be practicing well, and we are planning to sit for this examination. I'll see you soon. Thank you everyone.